Raven. Thanks for gulping me again. I'm sorry I took your poster of Gerard, but that guy is so fucking sex bomb. Preps, stop flamming. Vampire and I ran up the stairs looking for Dumbledore. We were so scared. Dumbledore! Dumbledore! We both yelled. Dumbledore came there. What is it that you want now, you despicable snobs? He asked angrily. Voldemort has Draco, we shouted at the same time. He laughed in an evil voice. No, don't! We need to save Draco, we begged. No, he said meanly. I don't give a darn what Voldemort does to Draco, not after how much he misbehaved in school, especially with you, Ebony, he said while he frowned looking at me. Besides, I never liked him that much anyway. Then he walked away. Vampire started crying. My Draco, he moaned. Don't you thick gay guys are like so hot? It's okay, I tried to tell him, but that didn't stop him. He started to cry tears of blood. Then he had a brainstorm. I had an idea, he exclaimed. What? I asked him. You'll see, he said. He took out his wand and did a spell. Then, suddenly we were in Voldemort's lair. We ran in with our wands out just as we heard a croon voice say, Alacadabra. It was Voldemort. Fuck off, prebz, okay? Raven, thanks for helping me again. I'm sorry I couldn't update, but I was depressed, and I had to go to the hospital 'cause I slipped my wrists. P.S. I'm not updating till I got 10 god revolves. Warning. Some of this chapter is extremely scray. Viewer excretion advised. We ran to where Voldemort was. It turned out that Voldemort wasn't there. Instead, the fat guy who killed Cedric was. Draco was there crying tears of blood. Snaketail was torturing him. Vampire and I ran in front of Snaketail. Rid my sight, you despicable preps, he shouted, as we started shooting him with the gun. Then suddenly he looked at me and he fell down with a lovey-dovey look in his eyes. Dot, he said. In this he is 16 years old, so he's not a pedophile, okay? Huh? I asked. Enobi, I love you. Will you have sex with me? Asked Snaketail. I started laughing crudely. What the fuck? You torture my BF and then you expect me to fuck you? God, you are so fucked up, you fucking bastard, I said angrily. Then I stabbed him in the heart. Blood poured out of it like a fountain. No! He screamed. He started screaming and running around, then he fell down and died. I burst into tears sadly. Snaketail, what art thou doing? Called Voldemort. Then he started coming. We could hear his high heels clicking to us, so we got on our broomsticks and we flew to Hogwarts. We went to my room. Vampire went away. There I started crying. What's wrong, honey? Asked Draco, taking off his clothes so we could screw. He had a sex pack. Get it? 'Cause he's sexy. And a really huge you-know-what and everything. It's so unfair, I yelled. Why can't I be ugly or plain like all the other girls and preps here except for Bloody Mary? Because she's not ugly or anything. Why would you want to be ugly? I don't like the preps anyway. They're such fucking sluts, answered Draco. Yeah, but everyone is in love with me. Like Snape and Lupin took a video of me naked, and Hagrid says he's in love with me, Vampire likes me, and now even Snaketail is in love with me. I just want to be with you, okay, Draco? Why can't Satan have made me less beautiful? I shouted angrily. And don't worry, Enobi isn't a snob or anything, but a lot of people have told her she's pretty. I'm good at too many things. Why can't I just be normal? It's a fucking curse, I shouted. And then I ran away. Stop flamin', okay? By the way, you suck from now on. Every time someone flams me, I'm going to slit my wrists. Thanks to Raven for helping. Ebony! Ebony! Shouted Draco sadly. No, please come back! But I was too mad. Whatever. Now you can go and have sex with Vampire, I shouted. I stormed into my room and shut my black door with my blood-red key. It had a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. He looked so sexy in a way that reminded me of Draco and Vampire. I started to cry and weep. I took a razor and started to slit my wrists. I drank the blood, all depressed. Then I looked at my black GC watch and noticed it was time to go to biology class. I put on a short, ripped black gothic dress that said Anarchy on the front in blood-red letters and was all ripped, and a spiky belt. Under that, I put on ripped black fishnets and boots that said Joel all over them with blood-red letters. I put my ebony black hair out. Anyway, I went downstairs feeling all sad and depressed as usual. I did some advanced biology work. I was turning a bloody pentagram into a black guitar. Suddenly, the guitar turned into Draco. Enemy, I love you, he shouted sadly. I do not care what those fucker preps and posers think. You the most beautiful girl in the world. Before I met you, I used to want to commit suicide all the time. Now I just wanna fucking be with you. I fucking love you. Then, he started to sing. The Chronicles of Life and Death. We considered it our song now because we fell in love when Joel was singing it. Right in front of the entire class. His singing voice was so amazing and gothic and sexy, like a cross between Gerard, Joel, Chester, Pierre, and Marilyn Manson. Don't you think those guys are so hot? If you do not know who they are, then get the fuck out of her. OMFG, I said after he was finished. Some fucking preps stared at us, but I just stuck my middle fingers that were covered in black nail polish and were entwined with Draco's now, at them. I love you, I said. Yeah. And then we started to kiss, just like Hilary Duff. I fucking hate that bitch, and CMM in a Cinderella story. Then we went away holding hands. Lupin shouted at us, but he stopped because everyone was clapping by how sexy we looked together. Then I saw a poster saying that MCR would have a concert in Hogsmeade right then. We looked at each other, all shocked, and then we went together. You know what? Shut up, okay? Prove to me you're nut preps. Raven, you suck, you fucking bitch. Give me back my fucking sweet... You're supposed to writ this. Raven, what the fuck, you bitch? You're supposed to do this. What the fuck? Thanks to Britney5655 for teching my Japanese. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. There we saw the stage where GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR were there playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter, because I knew now that we were the only true ones for each other. I was wearing black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots, with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we started moshing to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It wasn't them at all. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. WTF, Draco, I'm not going to a concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time, even if it's MCR and you know how much I like them. What, 'cause we... You know... He gadgetted uncomfortably, 'cause guys don't like to talk about you-know-what. Yeah, because we, you know, I yelled in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. OMFG, WTF, are you giving into the mainstream, I asked? So I guess you're a prep or a Christina or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shouted angrily. Enemy, I'm not. Please, come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by GC to me. I was flattered, because that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics just like me. Okay, then I guess I will have to, I said, and then we Frenched for a while, and I went up to my room. Just keep going from like Hogsmeade to Hogwarts to Voldemort's castle to... Bloody Mary was standing there. Jesus Christ. Hajimemashite, girl, she said happily. She speaks Japanese, so do I. That means how do you do in Japanese. BTW, Willow, that fucking poser, just got expelled. She failed all her classes, and she skipped math. Raven, you fucking suck. Fuck you. It serves that fucking bitch right. I laughed angrily. Well, anyway, we were falling all depressed when watched some gothic we watched some gothic movies like Das Nightmare Before Christmas. Before Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii! Bloody Mary shook her head energetically, lethargically. Oh yeah, have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her, and then Lupin did it with her cause he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii, I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Oh hey, BTW, I'm going to a concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with MCR, I said. I need to wear, like, the hot set outfit ever. Bloody Mary nodded energetically. OMFG, totally, let's go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting out my... Is that syphilis? I can't read that. Special Hot Topic loyalty card. No. My head snapped up. What? My head spun. I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No, she laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked, sure it would be Draco or Diabolo, or Vampire. Don't even say that name to me, or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let me just call our Brahms. OMFFG, Dumbledore? I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map of Hogsmeade on his desk, she told me. Come on, let's go. We were going in a few punk goth stores specially for the concert in Hogsmeade. The salespeople were like, OMG, hotter than Gerard, except not 'cause that's impossible. And he gave me a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths. The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many posers there are in the town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. OMFG, no, they're gonna spy on me again, I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tunnel coming out and very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what? I'm going to give it to you for free, because you look really hot in that outfit. Hey, are you going to be at the concert tonight, he asked. Oh my god, can you imagine if that was real? I could just go in and buy a suit, and like, you look hot in that, that's free. Yeah, I am, actually. I looked back at him. Hey, BTW, my name is Ebnabdi. Darkness, Dementia, Terra Way. What's yours? She created a pseudonym. It was perfect. Tom Ridd, he said, and ran a hand through his black-dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so, 'cause I'm going to be there with my BF Draco, you sick perv, I yelled angrily. But before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew in on his black broom, looking worried. OMFG, Ebony. OMFG, Ebony, you need get back into the castle, now! I said stop flaming the Strio? I said stop flamming the Strio. If you're a prep, then not read it. You can tell whether you're a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you're not, then you rock. If you are, then fook oof. Pools, Willow isn't a prep. Raven, please do this. I'll promise to give you back your poster. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us if makeup. He said he would help us. He said he would help us with makeup if he wouldn't, 'cause he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts. WTF, Hagrid? I shouted angrily. Fuck off, you fajucking bastard. Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily. Hey, bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, 'cause Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with black lace on it, and a black blood-red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. So you're going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diabolo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diabolo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell they thought we were too. Diabolo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons off makeup, just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from the Warp Tower. Bloody Mary was going to the concert with Dracula. Dracula used to be called Navel, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. They died in a car crash. Navel converted to Satanism, and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warp t-shirt, black jeans and shoes, and black hair with the red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway, we all went to the Draco's black Mercedes-Benz. Get it? 'Cause we're gothic. Oh, that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke, and crack. Draco and I went out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gapsid. Gerard was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny, and he had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to Helena and some other songs. I really think she only knows one song. That's the only one she ever brings up. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the other members. I gasped. It wasn't Gerard at all. It was an ugly, preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. I like how this is an exact copy of what happened before, but she still misspelled the word dealer. And she got it right the first time. You moronic idiots! He shouted angstily. Enemy, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed. And now I should kill thou and Draco. No, no, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly, a gothic old man flew in on his broom. He had long black hair and long black beard. He was wearing a long black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shot a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore. I said stop flamming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. And you're not a prep. Thanks for suitor? P.S. The otter Anson Dumbledore swore is 'cause he frickin' to be gothic, so I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner. Wait, she was being attacked by... No, this is what happens. Okay. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood red lipstick, and black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped up in stripes so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the skull. Get it? 'Cause skull, 'cause I'm gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black, and the broom stuff was blood red. The broom stuff.
Broom stuff.
You know how it is. Like a mop has mop stuff, a broom has broom stuff. There was lace all over it. Draco had the black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too, but you could see that there was pink pant underneath the black pant, and there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys.
What the...
WTF, I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather miniskirt with a Good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long, gothic black dress with blood-red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. A vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way, or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation, and he had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore won? We all gasped. WTF, I shouted angrily. I thought you were just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we goths just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was, one. Oh, BTW, you can call me Albert. He called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Way like Gerard. But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Please stop flamming the story. If you do, you're a fucking prep. And you're jealous, okay, 1-1? From knock on I'm gong to delt your men revows. 1-1-1. BTW, Ebony the poor blood so dare, 1. Thanks to the form the help. The author's notes are getting far more difficult to read with every chapter. All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to MCR concert. It had been postponed so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was, and he got all mad. He started crying, all hot and angsty. Aren't sensitive bi guys so hot? No one fucking understands me, one, he shouted angrily, as his black hair went into his big blue eyes like Billy Joe in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. He was wearing black baggy paints, a black MCR t-shirt, and a black dye. Get it? Instead of tie, 'cause I'm gothic. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it, a black leather miniskirt, black high-held boots, and a cross belly thing. My hair was all up in a messy, really high bun like Amy Lee in Going Under. Email me if you want to see the pic. Accuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily crying. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and whelped as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces like Benji in the video for Girls and Boys. Raven, that's so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly, Hagrid came in. He had apparated. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. WTF do you think you're doing in the girl's room? Only it wasn't just Hagrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second, I wanted it to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco. But it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pointing out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I just saw that there's a concert that a lot of goths and punks are going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. I said I'd not decur what you think. Stop flamming, okay, preps? One. Thanks to Raven for the help, one. Oh yeah, BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I popped back a black leather miniskirt, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were going to the concert again, since Voldemort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrists while I moshed MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to bang you for the venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but sacredly, I hopped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come rape me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around him and Snap since he was a pedo. No, actually. Get it? Hell? Can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, gong away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it. And Dobby was watching. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot! They both shooted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up, though. Normally I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. But both of them were fucking preps. BTW, Snake has moved to Gryffindor now. WTF is that? Why do you want condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelled that. Only you wouldn't give them to me. Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replayed. You dimwit, Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a picture of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out, or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards, I shouted. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them, and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire looking extremely fucking hot. WTF, where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. Vampire said, shaking his head. You want to come with me? To the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one in the back says Ebony on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there, playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then, I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? 'Cause the bitch Raven, 'cause it fuck you, preps. Whoops, says Raven Fangs for the help. BTW, Transylvania rocks hard. I even got to go to the castle where Dracula was filmed. Later, we all went to the Skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He started to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I started to cry because I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, Enobi, says Vampire comfortingly. I'll make him feel better. You mean you're gonna go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, then fuck off. And then, we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invisibility cloak. Nice. Invisibility cloak. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hands. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come in. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Shouted Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me? Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Felch meow. Filth is under there. Anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded, and then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He shouted, but it was too late, 'cause now we were running away from him, and then we saw Draco crying and busted into tears and slitting his wrists out of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess, though, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't that depressing? On the gothic red bed together. Actually, have you ever seen Lake Placid? It's a hilarious film where people die. I'm not lying. We'll watch that later. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door, and Fug and the Mystery of Magic walked into the school. STFU. Preps, stop flamming, okay? If you don't like it, fuck off. I'm not in Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault, okay? You suck. No, just kidding, Raven. Oh, fucking rock preps suck. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black, lacy leather pajamas. Lacy leather pajamas. Dude. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Dracula, Draco, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on the back and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all of her cleavage with a white apron that said bitch and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it, kinda like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who was Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and lace-up top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crab, and Goyle's dads were a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before too. They all got so depressed that they became gothic and converted to Satanism. Wow. OMFG, I yielded as I jumped up. What the fuck are you all here? Why the fuck are you all here? Ennaby, something is really fucked up, Draco said. Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first, I shouted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now. And you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said, in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, red eyeshadow, white foundation, then I came. We all went outside the great hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put our middle fingers at her. Inside the great hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudged was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be, she shouted angrily. The school must be closed. The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Flood. You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Umbridge. You are too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students. Very well, Dumbledore said angrily, but we cannot do this. We cannot close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is Ennaby, Darkness, Dementia, Raven, Way. Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other.